I'm in physical therapy, which is fun. Right? And I usually go in on Mondays. And when I go in this, I usually have one of the workers there. This woman is really nice. She's a really sweet lady who works on the physical therapy. And so I'm sitting on the table, ready to have the physical therapy done to me. And she puts the lotion, she smiles, she pulls up my leg, right? And she asks me, "So how do you like being a pastor?" And the moment I go to answer, she squeezes right into the spot that she knows I'm in. And I say, "Great!" And she continues to ask me about my job and just to make talk. And she's pressing and massaging and working. And it's amazing because it's so much discomfort, so much pain, and it's healing. You know, that's healing. That's growth. And she's pressing and pressing. So finally, I'm done with her interview about my job. She pats my leg and she says, "I beat you up." And I said, "Yeah, you really did." And it's amazing as I'm sitting there and I'm dealing with her pressing into it, making discomfort, and it's a feeling I don't want. It's a feeling I don't want to be having. It's something I want to stop immediately and now. And the pain and the discomfort and everything about it says, "Stop, this is wrong, this is bad, this is not good." But I trust her. I have to. And she heals. She healed me. And it hurts. It's discomfort. But it's part of healing. And it's part of growth again. And I sit there and I wonder about the amazing thing of surgery. You know, I'm grateful to God that I didn't need surgery, so I think about surgery. And my goodness, the brave souls that were starting to perform surgery on one another. The idea that you will cut someone up, wound them to heal them. I thought about it and I was wondering about the anesthesia, or why we knock people out. And before I thought, well, it's kindness, you know. We knock them out because we don't want them to feel pain. No, I think we knock them out because, to be honest, the surgeon won't be able to do his or her job if you don't knock them out. Because if you actually stick the knife in them and they're awake for it, they might fight. And in the Civil War in the United States, they really didn't have anesthesia. They had alcohol and a knife. And they made it very rough, and they would have to hold down the people while they performed surgery on them. Because even though that they knew that these doctors had their best interest in mind, even though that they knew these doctors were trying to help them, nonetheless, everything about this moment is painful and it's wrong. And so they fight to stop it, and they have to hold them down. It's amazing that we are wounded to be healed. That part of growth and health involves discomfort and pain. And I think about what a famous preacher said. He said, God is ultimately kind. Sometimes God is not immediately kind. Sometimes God heals us by confronting us. Sometimes God heals us by colliding with us. Sometimes God heals us, sometimes by striking us. And at the moment, it does not feel kind at all. But when we look back and realize that were it not for that confrontation, we would have gone down a path that would have led to our own demise. And that it was the mercy of God that struck us, stopped us, and confronted us at that moment. But at the moment, it was pain and it was discomfort. And we just naturally don't like discomfort. We don't like pain. We don't like being pushed out of our comfort zone. We find it as bad. And sometimes when we get discomfort, we become not bad, but we become dangerous. My parents had in the house, there was a squirrel. And the squirrel gave birth to a baby squirrel. I don't know the exact nature of the problem when I was in Boston, but the squirrel was causing havoc in the attic. And so they needed to get the squirrel out. And squirrels to me are kind of cute, you know, climbing up with the bushy tails. They're not like rats. When you see them, they're like disease carrying, you know. And squirrels are kind of cute, you know, when they're climbing trees and they're doing their thing. You never really think dangerous, right? But this squirrel, mother squirrel and her baby squirrel are in the attic, and for whatever purposes, that's home. Right? That's their home. It doesn't matter that they didn't pay rent, that's their home. And they needed to get my mother and my father goes up, and he realizes that this squirrel is not nice. It's dangerous. It feels threatened, that it will lose its nest. And the mother squirrel was frightened for the baby squirrel. And so it became dangerous. So we had to get a specialist, and the specialist came, and even the specialist was frightened of this little, dangerous squirrel. And now the squirrel wasn't bad. It wasn't an evil creature. This wasn't a squirrel from hell. This wasn't Satan's own very squirrel. It was just a regular squirrel. But the thing is that when it feels like it's going to lose what is necessary, when it feels like it's going to be pushed out of its comfort zone, when it feels like it's going to lose what it really loves, it becomes dangerous. And that's true of us. We are not bad people, but sometimes when we have what would be the things that we are most comfortable with taken from us, we can react badly and become very dangerous. And sometimes we are not used to being in pain or discomfort, and so anyone who causes that discomfort, we lash out at, we react badly to, we treat poorly, we become dangerous. And we're not bad people. We're good, wonderful Christians, and yet that's true of us too. We're having communion this morning, and I think about Jesus as he sat with the disciples, and how amazing it was that he sat there knowing that one of them was going to bring about the worst night of his life. And he still sat there. Now, if it was you, and you knew Judas was sitting there, you would not be sitting there sharing